Hello everybody, this is Shake and Bake, fellow warriors. This is tutorial number 3 for GLORIA VICTIS. My first one was on user interface. Second one was on first steps, your first steps in the world. And this third one is going to be on the basics of combat. Just remember, these tutorials are geared towards new players arriving in the world of GLORIA VICTIS. There's much more you could learn about this game, advanced stuff. This hopefully will help you get started. But this is going to be, again, on the basics of combat. Next will be crafting. It's hard to go out and get stuff in the world if you don't even know how to fight and survive. All right, so here we go. Shake's ready. I got my guy here, and this guy I started off with the other day, and we're starting to level him up, and I'm having actually a lot of fun doing that. But let's first talk about something really important before you head out in the world, and that is making sure your weapons are in the hot bar down here. Do not just have them on your character and not down here, because when you switch up weapons, you're going to have a problem. Now, you should start out with at least a bow and some kind of one-handed attack weapon. I've got one here and a shield, an old wooden shield. You should have that as a starting character. If not, they're easy to craft. Okay, so this is, we're going to go real quick some of the things you need to know about weapons. And again, this is the basics, guys. Okay, so like a one-handed weapon, every weapon you hover over is going to give you stats on it, and they're pretty standard. But like this one-handed axe here, 60 damage. It's going to give you basically the damage it does in the directional attacks. Overhead, from right, from left, and stab. You can see that overhead strike is 1.2 more damage. Armor penetration, overhead, from right and left. You can see overhead again, 20% more damage. Also stamina cost, which is really important in this game. Attack cost 11, blocking, holding cost is 6. Let's look at this two-handed weapon, and you see something that says next to the name Simple Bardiche, it says +3. That means this weapon was crafted, or you found it, and it has a value of +3. There basically is a basic weapon, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The higher the number, the better the weapon. So this is kind of mid-range +3. 97.2 damage, so obviously more damage than the axe. And again, from right, from left, and stab. You're not going to be able to do overhead strike with this one. Armor penetration from right and left, same values. Attack cost 13. So this is going to have more of a drain on your stamina. Also when you're blocking as well, and it's also going to give you gathering resources. Durability, your weapons will damage. They will deteriorate over time. And the weight and the value of that weapon. So one thing I recommend you do, you should earn a little money here when you go out, is before you go out, make sure you come up to these NPCs and repair those weapons. And I'm just going to say all, and we should have those repaired. Yes. Okay. So now if we look at the durability of that weapon, it's at 3272. We're good to go. We're ready to go out into the world and take on either some NPCs or some real players. Now, I advise you to stay close to the main spawn point, and before you go out and do PvP, take on some basic low-level NPCs to level up your character before you go out and do PvP. Because to be honest, if you go out there, you're probably going to get raped. So I would start out here, around both the Midlander and Izmir camps. You're going to find these low-level NPCs. And how do you know that they're low-level? You just put your little white dot over them. You see Thief level 2 right here. And then I'm going to show you some basics of... Oh, homeboy's coming after me here. He's going to get taken out by that guard. So what we're going to do first is bring up the bow. And actually, no, let's bring up the axe here. And we're going to bring up the axe, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to use this, we'll use this rock right here. This will be good. Now, there's basically, with this axe, one-handed weapon, there's 4 ways to attack. Overhead, right, left, and then straight in to the gut, kind of a stabbing action, right? And how do you do that? Well, it's real easy. It's simple. Don't overcomplicate it. If I wanted to strike from the right to left, if I put that right dot to the right of my target, in fact, let's go find a tree to do this on. We'll go over here, guys. If I put it to the right of my target, then it is going to swing right to left most of the time. And there are going to be times where it doesn't exactly work that way, but most of the time, that is what is going to happen. So let's put it to the right of this tree, and you can see there's that right to left swing. Now let's say I want to do left to right. I'm going to put the dot to the left, hold it, left to right. Now you see that meter that comes up? The longer I hold it, right? You see that red is going to do most damage. But if you hold it too long, guess what? It's going to go all the way down. We got a little combat here. That's okay. Let's just, we'll run away from this guy. Let's take this guy real quick. Okay, let's go back. He interrupted our tutorial. Okay, so left to right again. Point to the left. Boom. Okay, now I want to do overhead strike. I know that does the most damage. If I aim just a little above their head with that white dot, there's that overhead strike. If I aim mid-range at their gut crotch area, there's that straight-in shot. So again, aim to the right, right to left, aim to the left, or to the left of them. It's not, and see, sometimes it doesn't work. Because one, I'm not actually fighting a guy. If I aim to the left of this guy, it should work. Let's see what happens. Yep, there we go. And overhead. Most damage. And it's that simple, guys. Now, this is the basics. So don't come in here posting about all these advanced techniques. This is just to get you going, guys. You will learn more advanced stuff in due time from fellow players and from getting your butt kicked enough. But that is the basics of swinging those weapons. Again, on a two-hander like this, right here, you're not going to have an overhead strike. You're going to have a right to, now more damage, but more drain on that stamina. Now, the more, you see how you block that? That does damage to that weapon. Okay, so you can block with these weapons, but they will be damaged and be less effective when you use them to block with, okay? Let's keep pushing on. Now I'm going to show you some other things. Now, again, no overhead strike with a two-handed, more damage, but more drain on the stamina multiplier. See it going down? And let me tell you something. I'm going to do this. Watch. I'm going to keep swinging like a crazy man. I'm going to get this thing way down. Okay? I'm going to show you something. The lower that goes, and it's just dropping, right? Now watch. When I hit this guy, look at the bottom right over here. Watch. Watch the damage I do to him. 17.3 only. This is supposed to do 90-something damage. The reason it was so low is because I basically spent all my energy and therefore less damage, right? Now I'm going to show you something else. We're going to actually run away from this guy. I'm going to hit my R key for auto run. Tilt key, I'm going to look back. I can see who's coming behind me. This is a technique you could use to see. Now watch, at some point, he's going to disengage. This guy's an NPC's going to stop chasing old Shaky here. He's going to prove me wrong, I'm sure. No, okay, now he stopped, right? You see he's not fighting Shake? Now the thing you got to know, if that's a technique you use in this game, guess what? His health just reset to 100. So when they disengage, go back on their pathing as an NPC, his health has reset. And basically, you're starting over. You got to know that. Okay, so that damage, 141.5 compared to the 17 earlier. And that's just because my stamina was at full strength. Okay, so another thing you need to know, it's called drawing them out. And I don't know if they use that term anymore, but we used to use it a lot in GLORIA VICTIS, is when you're out here, right, and you see a NPC out there, and maybe you got a buddy with you right next to you, and you want to draw an NPC. Maybe they're in a crowd of NPCs, and you don't want to fight all of them at the same time. One thing that sometimes works is to shoot the NPC, draw them out towards you, and they're going to come after the person who damaged them, right? And we're going to draw them out like this, and just, you know, as they're getting closer, if he would have made it, I'd have switched up to close quarters combat, and we'd have went to town, just like that, okay? Let's do that again. The other thing you need to know, there's going to be some NPCs that are going to have a shield on, like this guy right here. Level 3. I'm going to shoot this guy, a whole bunch out here, actually. And he should come out. Let's go this guy. Holy cow, let's go this guy. He's going to have a shield, right? Go for his legs. Go low, and you still can do damage to this guy, hitting him in the legs. If you go upper body, most likely the shield's going to block him. Let's try this guy. So we got a hit on him. Here he comes. See how he's blocking his legs? Just go low on the feet. You can still do damage to him just like that. Now, if this NPC right here, the one's on my side, hits him and does more damage, he's going to disengage from me and he's going to go after the other player. That happens with real players as well. he'll switch up and fight the other real player that's damaged him. And that's a good technique you can do with your buddies when you're playing this, is one draws them out. And the other thing is kicking. Okay, so when the NPC or real player blocks, you can kick to disengage that block. Let's see what this guy's got on him. Maybe I already got him. There's a little glitch going on there with that. Oh, well. Q is the default key to kick. Use that on blocking players, blocking NPCs, blocking real players, and then do a quick strike. If you don't have to hold it all the way back all the time, it's going to drop your stamina. So you can do these quick strikes. You can block. Let them spend their stamina down here, and then you can go in and do some strikes, okay? All right, so, and again, right and left, I went over the whole dot thing, how it works. That's the basics of it. Drawing them out with your bow, bringing them towards you is another good technique. And I think that is the basics. I would start off around the base, the main spawn point, the main fortress, and just work on basic low-level NPCs that are out there. Just farm them and practice these techniques. Again, draw them out, get to do a damage. I'm going to get my shield up. I got a couple on me. Let's fight a couple here. So I'm going to kind of block these guys. You see how they're kicking me when I'm blocking? That is how you disengage, or how they're going to disengage that block. And I'm feeling confident. Okay, got one. I'm going to go with the overhead strike. I'm going to do more damage. He's blocking. Kick. Disengage. Quick strike. Over. That's all there's to it, guys. You can do this. Is the fighting system perfect? No. But I like it because in some ways it's simple enough that I can even understand it. They are revamping a lot of the movement and stuff in the game as far as fighting goes, so you may have to change up this tutorial, but hopefully it's not too far different from what I'm doing right now. But if it is, I will put another one out. Guys, this is just the basics. I hope you found this helpful to get you started with combat. I'm trying to think if I've missed anything. I don't think so, but I could have. Again, I'm going to go back and repair these weapons because they've been damaged. I love the overhead strike. Oh, nice little light armor there we got. All right, guys, shake and bake. Don't forget, if you enjoyed the video, if it's helpful, hit that thumbs up. Also, share it with friends if you think it's worthy of that. And also, if you have subbed or choose to, I thank you. And I will see you, warriors, in the world of Gloria Victis.